Welcome back in. Good stuff from Jacob Robinson. Can't wait to see his performance tonight.
Michigan on top of Ohio State, 13-10 with 45 ticks left. Who would have saw this coming? Ohio State on the ropes. We'll keep tabs on this throughout the day. But some crazy stuff happening in college football, and it adds pressure to BYU to take care of business against the Houston Cougars. You never want to just assume you're going to get a victory. And Houston's got a good coach, first-year head man Willie Fritz. So we caught up with him earlier this year. This is our conversation with Willie Fritz.
Joining us now, the head coach of the Houston Cougars, second year in the Big 12 like BYU, is Houston. Head coach Willie Fritz, first year overseeing the program. And Coach, how much energy and excitement does this Houston program have in this new era under your direction?
Well, I'm sure you all experienced same thing, last year. Everybody's pumped. I think the conference commissioner has got an unbelievable vision for our conference. The people in Houston are very, very excited about getting into this league. Houston had a tradition of playing, big-time football in the Southwest Conference many, many years ago, long before you guys were born. And but I remember they were always competing for
Cotton Bowl against Notre Dame,
all those things. And now we got that opportunity to do that again and on a weekly basis, and also going to some new venues. We're excited about last game of the year, going out there to BYU and seeing that stadium. I've never been there before.
You've had a long coaching career. What experience, if any, have you had with BYU in the past?
Very little. I'm an old JUCO coach, and I don't think I've ever had a kid go play at BYU. I've had them play all over the country, but not a whole lot of experience with BYU.
What are your thoughts and understanding of this BYU football team and what Kalani Sitake's built?
Well, Coach is what a nice guy. I don't really know him very well, but very approachable and great demeanor, and seems like a friendly guy. But you can also tell that he's built a toughness and a culture with the program. I actually have gotten to watch BYU on a few occasions because they play late at night, sometimes on Fridays when I can't go to sleep the night before a game on Saturday. So I've seen him play a little bit at those different times. But, he's had a ton of success, and BYU's had, great tradition, over the past decades.
When you bring up weeknights, what do you think of Commissioner Yormark and his leadership to look at every maybe TV window to really showcase this conference and put eyeballs on this product?
That's what you're going to have to do. It's just I think he's got great vision and understands it, and if you don't get with it, you're going to get left behind, in this day and age. And I think that's why he was hired as our conference commissioner, because he's got a unique vision on how to do things.
How was for you in year one building the roster for Houston and navigating the transfer portal and getting guys bought into your vision for the program?
It was really good. I think the kids embraced change. I had very few issues and problems. I told them, I'm going to treat you what I see from you. I'm not going to dredge up old things from the past and things like that. And we had a very good spring, and we've had great summer workouts. Got a little curveball thrown at us. We had a little hurricane deal here a couple days ago, and we've had to adjust our schedule a little bit, but the kids have been fantastic.
What is your vision for Houston football, and what do you want this program to be known for?
I think just like I talked about the Big 12, the sky's the limit. I think the same thing with the University of Houston. I mean, we're at the epicenter of football in the world, Houston, Texas. We've got 7.6 million people in the greater Houston metropolitan area, very well coached. They've had success in the past. They just haven't had sustained success. We've got 48,000 students. We're a Tier 1 academic institution. We've got 8,000 kids living on campus, which, 30 years ago, Houston probably had 500 kids living on campus. So there's a lot of things to sell at the University of Houston. And I've always felt like all these different places I've been a head coach, I've always recruited pretty much so locally, because they seem to be a little happier. They're able to come home. The parents are able to come see them play, and we're just fortunate that we've got large area to recruit from.
How does the quarterback situation look for you with Donovan coming back? And I ask this because I feel like your team's seeing Tulane, and even back in the JC days when you had like Michael Bishop, you've always had good quarterbacks in your coaching career. Like, how do you feel about your quarterback unit going into the season?
Really excited about Donovan. Just showed me tremendous leadership. He wasn't able to go through spring football with us. He was injured, but he was in it every single day, and the kids have got great respect for him. And then he's a true dual threat quarterback. Most guys can do one or the other. And they might call him a dual threat quarterback, but they're a lot better runner than they are passer. Whatever, he can really do both, and I've just been very impressed watching him. Working out now that he's full speed, and just his football IQ, just everything about him. I think he's got an opportunity to be one of the top quarterbacks in this conference.
What areas of the game, whether it be, running the football, defense, you name it, what areas do you think this team needs to be good at this season if you want to meet your goals as a team?
Tackling. We need to become very good tacklers. And, I stress that more than probably most head coaches in the country. I'm kind of our tackling coach. And, I thought that was an area that they needed to get better at from last season. And we worked on it a bunch in the spring, and we worked on it a bunch in the summer. There's ways to work it without actually tackling bodies. So that's one area defensively, and then offensively, it's just not making mistakes yourself. There's too many times I've watched games from last season where there's never a timely turnover, but we had a bunch of them that were at the wrong time, and we got to stay away from that as much as possible. Again, that's something that I emphasize as far as ball security and taking care of the football. And Donovan's got to get better at that too.
Houston head coach Willie Fritz is our guest. Last thing for you, Coach, what did you think when you stepped in the job and you saw the schedule you inherited at Oklahoma, and then 4 of the top 5 preseason picks in the Big 12? This is the toughest schedule, one of the toughest schedules in the country you got.
Yeah, I heard we had the second toughest. Somebody was telling me, hey, that's why I got in the league. That's why these guys are wanting to play Power 4 football is to challenge yourself every single week. I'm excited about it. I don't know that much about the league, other than what I've watched a little bit on tape, and it's all different. There's a lot of new teams that you're playing for the first time at the University of Houston, but yeah, it's going to be a challenge, but we're looking forward to it.
Well, best of luck this season. We look forward to seeing you at Provo at the end of the year.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Coach.
Go
Coach
Cougs.
Fritz. Coach Fritz here on KSL News Radio.
Go Cougs indeed. Thanks for Willie Fritz catching up with us earlier this year. Taking a break. On the other side, we'll get to the top 5 right here on Cougar Sports Saturday.